What am I ever trying to say? Words are hard. Hi everyone, I'm Liz and welcome back to Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. Hello friends, I'm back with another Flosstube episode. My name is Liz and I am here to share with you everything that I have been stitching and sewing on for probably the last month. I actually didn't look to see the last time I filmed a normal Flosstube episode. I filmed a lot of videos since then, but it's been a little while since I sat down and did a regular Flosstube update. I've had a busy month. I just got back last weekend from Stitch North in Toronto, Brampton, Ontario, and it was just the absolute very best time. I won't get into it too much just because I made a whole vlog of my weekend and posted that I think on Monday or Tuesday earlier this week. I'll link it for you down below in case you missed it. And yeah, ever since I got home, I've just been, I don't know, really reinvigorated by Crossstitch, which I feel like is always what happens at a retreat. You just are surrounded by stitchers and friends and starting new projects and buying all the fun new stuff. And yeah. Yeah, so I've just been stitching a lot this week and I was like, I better come sit down and show you all what I've been up to. Just found like a cat hair in my lip gloss. Thanks, Jonesy. Yeah, what else have I been up to? A lot of work. Work has been really, really busy. And other than that, my parents have been traveling now that my mom is retired. I need to get her over here to film with me sometime soon because she's been making a lot of quilts in between all of her travels. So Mom, if you're watching this, maybe in a couple of weeks, if you want to come film with me. I've also got some more travel coming up. I kind of accidentally overbooked myself this spring because in 2 weeks, we're going to Las Vegas to celebrate my dad's birthday. And then in 4 or 5 weeks is StitchCon Weekend A, which I will also be attending. But I seriously cannot wait for StitchCon. Liz, I cannot wait to just have a girls' weekend with you when you're not working and we can just hang out and stitch and chat. Yes. Very, very excited. So let me know in the comments if I will also see you at StitchCon Weekend A. It's going to be the biggest retreat I've ever attended. Stitch North was about 200 people and I think StitchCon is 300 people. So I feel like that'll just double the excitement and fun. Okay, so yeah, let's just dive on into the cross stitch. I already can feel myself rambling a little bit. I actually was going to try and film this last night. It's currently Saturday morning when I'm filming this, and last night I was like, yeah, let's just do like a little Friday night Flosstube. It'll be so fun. But by the time I like got myself ready and everything set up, it was like 10 p.m. And I was like, do I want to film this late? Will it just be nonsense? So I made myself wait till today. But I already kind of feel like I'm rambly because I'm honestly not used to, no, I shouldn't say that. I don't do the sit down videos as often as I do like the vlog styles lately. And I feel more comfortable just being like very in the moment, not pre-planned. So I've kind of like lost my flow for like sitting down and staring at a camera and talking, but I will find it. I will get it back. Yeah, let's get into the stitching before I lose all track of what I'm doing. Let's start with the finish because I have a really fun finish. I finished my Where Flowers Bloom by Hands Across the Sea samplers. Here's what it looks like. Gorgeous. And here is what my finish looks like. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to look up my fabric. I keep forgetting on this one. I know it's a Lakeside vintage, maybe vintage pecan butter. I had to look it up for the last video I showed this in. It's a 36 count. And I used the Aversois Soitagé silks that were called for in the chart. And I was really just drawn to this because of this border and the colors, and It's just spectacular. I love it so much. This is one I started, I think back in 2021, and it just lingered. I finished a lot of it last year, which is why it's dated with 2023, because I thought I was going to finish it last year, but oops, I didn't finish it. And I did think about picking out that 3 and changing it to a 4, but it was going to be more trouble than it was worth, and I left it alone. It doesn't matter that it says 2023. I stitched a lot of this in 2023. So yeah, that is my finish. And I'm really thinking I want something kind of like gold ornate, very kind of like, I don't know, formal and fancy, I think, to frame this in. I need to measure this and put it in my notes app on my phone. I keep a note on my phone with the sizes of my samplers that I have finished or things that I want to frame. So that way when I'm like out and about shopping, if I see any like clearance frames or just anything I like, I can compare it to my list. Speaking of that, I filmed a video about a month ago with like framing tips and tricks. And for some reason, I've just been having trouble editing it. I was like, yeah, because just saying that reminded me that I feel like I've talked about that before, and I did in that video, but I haven't released it. I really need to go back and try and edit that together. That's the hardest part of making videos for me, is all the editing, because I really like to put together like, you know, an easy to watch, fun, engaging video, and that requires editing for me to do it. And sometimes the way I film things sometimes does not make it easy for me to edit, and I need to just get over it and try and figure out how to edit that framing video, because I think it'd be a good one if I can ever get it done. So anyways, that was one of my tips and tricks I shared in that video, was keeping a note on your phone with all of the pieces you want to frame. So that way, you know, when you're out shopping and maybe you come across like at Goodwill, a really pretty frame that you think might work for something, you'll know before you buy it. Anyways, that's my finish on Where Flowers Bloom. Okay, and then these next 3 whips I have to show you are all new starts. I kind of feel like maybe what I needed to get my stitchy bug back was just like a reset in terms of, let's just start some new things and get excited about some new things. I have so many whips up here that I will definitely come back to at some point. I just feel like I needed a little bit of a reset, and I started 3 new things, and I am very excited about all 3. So let me show them to you. The first new start is the Lola Haunted Aquarium. No, Deadly Aquarium. I keep confusing the name with her other stitch-alongs. It's the Deadly Aquarium Sal. I saw the frame. I fell in love with the tiny little seagulls, or the beach rats. If you've seen the new RC Housewife chart, beach rat, I might need to get that one. I love the little seagulls for some reason. It just reminds me of growing up. We used to always vacation on the Gulf Coast here in Texas, and seagulls are everywhere. And, you know, anyways, I know they're everywhere, but I love a seagull. So I really wanted to stitch this, and I was influenced by my friends Frizzy Lizzie stitches, Elizabeth, Cam the Stitcher. It's probably mainly those 2. I'm trying to think. I know there's other people in my Instagram feed who are stitching it. I'm just loving, I'm loving seeing everyone's progress on this, and I started it, and I'm using a new cross-stitch app called Markup RXP. So far, I've only used it for this chart. I love it. I'm obsessed with it, and I can kind of feel myself maybe wanting to become a more PDF stitcher rather than a chart stitcher because of how much I love the app. Anyways, here is my progress on Deadly Aquarium. I have, I think when I looked last night, about 22% of the frame stitched according to Markup. So I'm definitely not going to keep up with this Sal. It's not like it was a goal of mine to keep up, but I am really having fun stitching on this and really having fun using Markup on my iPad. So I have been putting a lot of stitches in this lately just because it's fun to work on. It is a lot of black stitching right now, but I'm okay with it because I know when the other releases come, they're going to be colorful and very fun. So this, I'm just, you know, doing all of my DMC 310 and then the other little colors that are sprinkled in throughout. I'm also really, really happy with my fabric. This is 36 count Picture This Plus Nessie. I got this on 123 Stitch a few weeks ago. Not sure if they have any left in stock, but I feel like it's a pretty perfect color for the stitch along. I am using all of the called for DMC colors, 1 strand over 2 threads. And I really, really love how it's looking. And I love these little tiny seagulls. It's so weird sometimes, or random, how like such a small little part of a design can like really call to you. And yeah, that's what these seagulls just really called to me. So yeah, that is my start on the Deadly Aquarium. And I am very excited to see what the first part is that comes out. And actually the reason, so I like to start on the right side of my fabric. I've talked about that a lot. I always start usually on the top right of a design. I'll link for you guys in, if I can figure out how to do it up here, I'll do it up here, or it'll be in the description box. I have a video called How I Stitch in Hand that's all about how and why I stitch in hand and how I make it easier and faster for myself. But I know that most people stitch left to right, and I have a feeling that the first release will be somewhere on the left side of the design. So I was working my way down the right side, but I decided to change up my approach and come across the top of the design to try to find, you know, the far right side before the first part comes out. That way, if it's over here on the right side, I have something to count from. I don't want to like, you know, have the first part come out and be very excited to start it and then not like, you know, have to do a bunch of work to get over to the right side and count. I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking about and why I'm kind of going across the top of the design now. So yeah, that's where I'm at with my Deadly Aquarium. Okay, next up is another new start, and this one is a stitch along that I started with some friends at Stitch North. So Elizabeth, Frizzy Lizzy Stitches, Shiloh, X Stitch MD, and Lauren, the New Hampshire Stitcher, and I all started a new release from Ardith Design called Chesapeake Bay Skipjack Sampler. Ooh, sorry for the glare. Maybe I'll just put a picture in because I don't want to take this out of the plastic right now. This was a new release from Market that I was very kindly gifted by Amanda when I went to show her my finished Love Boat sampler. Or maybe I didn't have it finished by then, but it was almost finished. And she very kindly gifted me 2 copies. So I actually want to give one away in this video. So stay tuned to the end for that. And yeah, we all decided to get it started at Stitch North, similar to how we had started our Love Boat sampler last year at Stitch North. So I've made a lot of progress on this. I've also made some changes, so we'll talk about that. Here is my start on the Skipjack Sampler. Oh, it's so cool. So I am stitching this on 36 count fiber on a whim hydrangea. Is that the right? I've already forgotten. I'm pretty sure it's hydrangea. Azalea? Dang it. I'm so bad at remembering my fabrics all of a sudden. And I am using the called for Forbidden Fiber floss pack that I picked up at Market. But I have made a couple of changes just because the fabric I picked is slightly lighter than the called for fabric. And so I felt like the light blue color didn't really pop on my fabric the way I wanted it to. So, these are the beautiful called for colors, all of which I'm using except for this light blue. It's called Winter Wonderland. And actually you can see up here, oop, I'm losing a needle. you can see up here in the corner where I was really trying out a bunch of different floss colors, trying to figure out what I liked best. The light blue is used for all of the letters and then the numbers and the waves along the bottom of the chart. And so what I ended up doing is deciding that I really, really love the way this dark purple popped on my purple fabric. And so I used that for the letters. But for the bottom where there were numbers and waves, I did want a blue. So I picked Really Tealy by Classic Colorworks to be my aqua on the bottom. And then my purple, let's see. So yeah, so I'm using Really Tealy, and then I'm using 552 by DMC as my purple. So this is what I have subbed in instead of the Winter Wonderland that was called for. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this is looking, and it's really fun to work on. My friends are all stitching it on a variety of other fabrics and flosses. So I believe Lauren and I are using the exact same fabric, although she has a 40 count. But she and Shiloh, and actually maybe Lizzie too, I think they did a whole Roxy Floss conversion. So I had my floss pack with me at the retreat, and so they used the Forbidden Fiber floss pack to compare to the Roxy Floss line and pull their own conversion, and it's absolutely beautiful, and it matches really well. So yeah, absolutely love it. I did see that these floss packs I think are still available on Leanne's website. I'm not sure if they're like made to order, if they're like in stock ready to ship, but I'll link them down below in case anybody wants to get their hands on a floss pack. I would just say the called for fabric you can see is a darker fabric. It's a Grace Notes fabric. I can't see the color name right here, but it is darker. So I think the blue pops really well on the model. You can see those letters really well, but it just didn't work on my slightly lighter fabric. Also, just for fun, because I was going to the Stitch North retreat that is hosted by Evertote, I wanted to pack this project in my Evertote project bag that I picked up last year that I think is just so cute. So that lives in this bag now. Okay, I had one other new start at Stitch North, and it was with my friend Kathleen, Stitchuation Normal. Everybody go DM her and tell her to make videos again. No, actually don't. She's very busy, but she misses us. We miss her. Hopefully at some point, we'll get a video from her again. But we started a modern folk embroidery piece that Roxy Floss did a floss conversion for, and Carrie, the dyer behind Roxy Floss, had stitched a model for, and the model was at Stitch North, and, models really sell, cross-stitch designs for me, and I think everyone. So we saw this and we had to stitch it. This is a digital rendering of the design on the cover of the chart. If I have a photo, I don't remember if I took one. If I have a photo of the model, I'll put it in. But this is what the design looks like. It's called Song of the Morning by Modern Folk Embroidery. So beautiful. And they had it fully kitted at the Evertote shop at Stitch North, but they had it kitted with a 28 count linen, and I really wanted to stitch mine on a 36 count linen. So Kathleen and I switched out the fabric, and of course I did not write down the name of this fabric. I want to say it's something with denim in the name, maybe. I'll go look at the Roxy Floss website and see if I can figure out which fabric this is. But here is our why am I saying our? Kathleen started her own. This is mine. She did not help me stitch this. This is my tiny little start. So what you see here, I started on Saturday at the retreat, and I haven't stitched on it since I got home, but I definitely want to come back to it. I think it's really, really, really pretty. I love the colors. I am using the flosses that Carrie picked out. Just this gorgeous, look at that. Pinks, reds, greens, blues. It's so pretty. And I even put it on a little Canada floss ring because it's my Stitch North, one of my Stitch North starts. I'm pretty sure somebody gifted this floss ring to me last year at Stitch North, so finally putting it to use with a Canadian start. Oh, I think I said 36 count fabric, 1 strand of floss over 2 linen threads. My favorite way to stitch. Yeah, okay, so that is all the cross stitch I've been doing, which for me lately is a lot, and I've really been enjoying it. I have just been kind of flitting around between working on some knitting projects, some cross stitch projects, and some sewing projects. So let's talk about sewing next. I didn't grab my picnic patchwork quilt to show you because it's not really in a state that looks much different from the last time I showed it, but I have been working on it and I am almost done with all of my blocks so that I can finally put it together. And I'm hoping that when I do have all the blocks ready to go to put together, I'll film a little sewing vlog and show how that quilt all comes together, maybe even quilt it. Maybe I'll just do like a, yeah, I'm gonna make a note to myself to do like a finish that quilt video and show you guys what that looks like in a dedicated video, because I'm really happy with how that's turning out. And I have shared a pattern for the 9.5 inch block size that I'm making. So yeah, I'm gonna put that on my to-do list. And then also on my to-do list, hopefully to start today, is to start making the Zadie dress. And this is a pattern, I think it's called Paper Theory Patterns. And it started as a jumpsuit pattern that was very popular for years. And I think a lot of people were kind of hacking it and turning it into a dress. And so then they released like an expansion of the pattern so that you can have pattern pieces to turn it into a dress and full instructions. And so I bought the jumpsuit and the dress expansion pack. I talked about this in a recent vlog I did, and so many people commented about recommending to me to use a pattern printing service, because when you buy, you know, the PDF sewing patterns online, then you have to print them at home and tape sheets of paper together and cut it out, etc. And it's kind of the worst part of sewing a clothes pattern for me is like printing, taping, and then honestly cutting out the fabric. But if I can eliminate one of those steps, I was all for it. So I had heard about pattern printing services, but hadn't really thought about it or really remembered that it existed. And then I got so many great comments, and so I tried one of the services. So I tried Tape Free Patterns, and I will link them in my description box below. And I had them print the Zadie jumpsuit and the Zadie dress pattern for me because you need pieces from both patterns to make the dress. And they had an option, they had a couple different paper options, but then they had this fabric-like option called like Easy Pattern, and it almost feels like a non-fusible interfacing. I'll show you what it looks like. I don't know if you'll be able to see like the texture from, yeah, you can kind of see, right? So it's kind of like a medium weight interfacing, like non-woven interfacing, non-fusible. That's what it feels like to me. And I don't know if you're seeing like, yeah, Paper Theory. Anyway, so I've got my pattern pieces all cut out, and I'm really excited to try this fabric. I think it's going to be really easy to use to cut out this dress. So I've got this all ready to go for today. I'm hoping maybe, I don't know why I ever share plans, because then when I don't keep them, I feel bad. But I'm hoping to start filming a video today of me sewing that dress and maybe like do a little vlog today and tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But I'll show you the fabric that I want to use. Where did I put it? So I have Zadie dress pattern ready to cut out, and I want to make it in this crazy Ruby Star Society like viscose rayon or rayon challis. I think it's a rayon challis. It's just like a very pretty, you know, woven drapey fabric. It's not their standard Ruby Star Society quilting fabric. Every once in a while they'll do a fabric line that includes some like garment fabrics, and so I found this on Etsy. It's from the Florida Volume 2 line by Sarah Watts, and you know, it is a little vibrant, wild, and out there, but I got a really good deal on this on Etsy. It was on sale, and I think it's really fun for summer. And honestly, it's experimental because I feel like if this dress is successful, I love this, I will wear it. But if it's not successful, I didn't spend a ton of money on this fabric, and I think it'll be like a learning opportunity because it's been a while since I made clothes. I did make a button-down shirt last summer that turned out surprisingly well, that I should honestly wear this summer. Note to self, go grab that shirt and wear it. And this is actually a very similar fabric that I used to that shirt, but I think in a dress, this will be even easier to sew and put together. The only part I'm worried about is there is some bias binding, and I've never made bias binding out of such a drapey fabric, but I'll figure that out. Yeah, so this is what I want to make that Zadie dress out of. Also, speaking of dresses, I think I shared this in maybe one of my vlogs a while back, but I did find in my closet a dress that I had made 13 years ago, maybe. It's like the last time I sewed myself clothes before last summer when I made that shirt. I used to love to make myself dresses and skirts and things, like pretty easy things. Like this was a pattern. I think this was like a simplicity pattern that I looked for. I don't have it anymore, so I don't know what number, but it's just a pretty simple, not a lot of shaping. You know, it does have the nice bound edges for finishing. There's some gathers. There are pockets because, you know, I don't want to make myself a dress without pockets. So I've got some nice pockets in there. Unfortunately, this does not fit anymore because I guess I am now smaller than I was 15 years ago. So go me. But I am kind of thinking about maybe taking it apart and bringing it in a little bit, or I really love this red gingham fabric. This is from Joann's back 15 years ago when they did a line with Denise Schmidt, who is one of my favorite quilt designers. She did a fabric line with them, and I really love this fabric. So I honestly was also thinking about maybe taking it apart and just using this as like a skirt or something and like putting in like a little simple elastic waist, or I'll just recut this dress and remake it as is in just a smaller size. We'll see. But I just thought I would show you guys. I have a picture, I think, of me wearing it too. I'll have to go find it, but I'm pretty sure I've showed it here before. So that's just a previous sewing finish, and you know, I really want to make some clothes. I've been talking about it for a while. I need to finally just do it. I have my pattern from Tape Free Patterns. I've got the fabric. Maybe I will get that dress cut out today. Also, the other thing I wanted to mention sewing wise is I have been on a bag making binge. I made a bunch of bags for gifts for Stitch North, and I showed that in the last video, the vlog I did. So I actually didn't really take pictures. I just took video for the vlog. So if you want to see all the bags I've been making, you can go back to that vlog. But now I kind of want to make some bags for myself because I was making bags as gifts, and now I need some for me. And I found this pillowcase, which apparently I have talked about on this channel before. I was talking about it at Stitch North, and my friends were like, you've definitely talked about that, because I remember that story. So I think maybe I shared this in the tutorial I did for making pillowcases, because this is a pillowcase. And am I holding it right side up? Yes. And you might notice there's little Bitmoji characters of me on it. And everything else you see are little illustrations that I made on my iPad, and then I turned them into a fabric that I had printed at Spoonflower, which is a website that allows you to print your own fabrics. You can also just buy fabric from them that other people have made. 5-ish years ago, whenever my husband and I first started dating, 5.5 years ago, you know, he was in a bachelor pad, him and his roommate, and he had a queen size bed that had one pillow on it. Like, what, he had one pillow. And I was like, what about me? So first order of business, I Amazoned some pillows to his house. And yes, I could have just Amazoned some pillowcases, but instead I decided to make my own very silly pillowcase that was like, I don't know, kind of marking my territory on his bed that this was my pillow. I don't know. I was just feeling silly, and I had all these little illustrations that I had made. I used to run an Etsy shop, and I used to make enamel pins and stickers and things with illustrations that I made. And so, like the cactus and the strawberry candy, those were all little, like, enamel pins that I used to sell. And yeah, I just thought this was really cute. And the purpose of this story is that I don't need a pillowcase with my face on it anymore. We're married. I don't need to mark my territory. He's got a wedding ring on that does that for me. And I want to turn this into project bags because it is double-sided, you know, big giant pieces of fabric, and I feel like I could get a knitting bag and a cross-stitch project bag easily out of this fabric. So that was also on my agenda if I'm gonna film like a sewing vlog today or tomorrow to work on, because yeah, I just really want to turn this into something that I can use because it's just been folded up sitting in a closet and I keep randomly coming across it and it makes me laugh and I want to use it for something. So anyways, I think that is all the sewing updates I have. I have a little bit of haul. I did buy a bunch of stuff at Stitch North, and I talked about that in the vlog. I had to leave a bag of haul and gifts with my friend Lizzie, Frizzy Lizzie Stitches, because she drove and she lives in Cincinnati. So I will be able to see her. She'll also be at StitchCon weekend A. So I will just have to make sure I take a checked bag to Cincinnati with me to basically take home my Stitch North goodies plus anything I buy at StitchCon, which I'm sure will be a lot. Yeah, I don't have that haul, but I have a few other little things. Let me show you. I ordered a StitchCon hoodie and it came in the mail. I'm ready. I'm ready, StitchCon. This is so cute. It's kind of like a mauvey purple, purpley pink color. And it is whatever the like cropped boxy hoodie version they had on the website was. And so it's like a little bit cropped, but not anything crazy. I think I took a picture wearing it that I'll put in. It's super soft and nice. The only thing is, for some reason, the neck is like, it feels super small. I took a picture with me with the hood on and I'm like, why is my head gigantic or is this hoodie hood and neck just small? It fits perfectly everywhere else. And honestly, what I might do is just turn it into like I might just cut the neck off of it, the hood off of it, and make it like a casual, I don't know. I haven't decided. I need to wear it a little bit more. Maybe I'll stretch out this neck. It like gave me a complex when I put it on. I was like, is my head gigantic? I mean, it is, but like, I don't think it's that big. But otherwise, I really love the fit of this. It's like boxy, cropped, cute. So yay, StitchCon. I'll see you so soon. I also got my Fine Floss Club from the Fat Quarter Shop, which I haven't even opened. So let's see what color we got this month. The Fine Floss Club is the NPI Floss subscription club from the Fat Quarter Shop. I pay for it with my own money. This is not anything gifted. Ooh, pretty. Oh, this is the April club. Oh yeah, May just started. I was like, where's my May? It hasn't come yet. Calm down. So this is the April club and it is all really pretty shades of like teal. Really pretty. Love it. And then I actually do have a couple of things I got at Stitch North when I was unpacking. So I'll show you the few things that I actually managed to come home with. One is a new chart. It's not a new design. It's just new to me. The Tiny Modernist Halloween Terrarium. I have her Christmas and Valentine's Day terrariums, and I just absolutely loved this Halloween one. So I bought that. And then Hand Dyed by Rolanda. Is that what it's called? Or Fabrics by Rolanda? Yeah, Hand Dyed by Rolanda was also vending at Stitch North, and I had never tried her fabric. So I picked up a 36 count piece of linen in the color Wren. Really, really pretty. And then I also came home with a few new Roxy Floss Co. Flosses, all in reds and pinks, because I don't know, I just grabbed a few of my favorites that I thought were fun, because I stitch with a lot of red and pink. So yeah. Let's see, this one is Coho, Fuzzy Peach, Wham Bam, and Inappropriate. So yeah, that's my little haul. Should we do a giveaway? The giveaway this week is going to be for one copy of Ardith Designs Skipjack Sampler. And you will have the choice of either a physical copy or a PDF. I don't believe Amanda May has the PDFs listed yet, but I think they'll be up soon. I was talking to her about it a couple weeks ago. So the winner will choose if they want a physical copy of the pattern or a PDF copy. Your choice. I think just in terms of shipping, if you win and you are outside the US, preferably if you could use the PDF copy, that would be great. And if you're in the US, I don't mind mailing a physical copy to you. So we'll work that out with whoever wins, but this will be open to anyone. Yeah, so if you want to win a copy of the Skipjack Sampler, you just need to use the word Skipjack in your comment. So all one word, Skipjack. I'll put it on the screen for you. The rules for the giveaway are just that you must be over 18, so you can give me your address. I don't think I have anyone who watches these videos who's under the age of 18, except maybe for my nephews. Hi guys. I know they sometimes watch. And other than that, you need to be a subscriber to my channel. Excuse me. I lost my voice at Stitch North and I still haven't fully recovered it. It sounds much better than it did, but like I'm still getting all like, I've been talking for, 45 minutes now and my voice is like, what are we doing here? Let's stop. Okay, I keep interrupting myself. Please be a subscriber to my channel, like the video, and leave a comment using the keyword. And the next time, let's see, actually, no. I always say the next time I film, I'll pick a winner, but that could be weeks from now. So in 2 weeks from now, I will pick a winner and post a community post on my channel with the winner. And then I'll also mention it in the next video, just in case I haven't heard back from the winner. So yeah, keyword Skipjack. One other thing right at the end of the video for anyone who has made it this far, let me show you what I want to give away. For Stitch North, I had some stickers made. And here is what they look like. They say Elizabeth Ann Can and then Stitch in this little pennant. You may remember, let's see if I have one handy. Oh, do I have one? I feel like there's always one floating around on my table and now I don't see one. I had made Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch needle minders years ago and sold them on my Etsy, and they flew off the shelves. They were very popular. I keep meaning to bring them back. I haven't done it. Maybe I will at some point soon. But I took that design and recolored it and I made stickers that I could pass out at Stitch North just because I thought they were so cute. And I came home with a lot of leftovers. So get your commenting fingers ready. The first 10 people to comment the word Stitch, all caps, first 10 people to comment Stitch, I'm going to send you a sticker if you want one. Well, I'm assuming you want one if you're commenting Stitch in all caps. So if you're one of the first 10 people, I'll comment on your comment telling you what number you are, and then you can just email me your address and I will send some of these out. If you're not one of the first 10 people and you still want one of these stickers, I did a YouTube live chat for the premiere of my Stitch North vlog, and the chat replay for that video is still available. So like if you go to that video, if you're on a laptop, I don't know how you would view it on a TV, but if you're on a laptop or a phone, you'll see like a button that says like live chat replay. And I put some instructions in there if anybody else wants to get a free copy, a free sticker. So I won't say that here because, I only have like 100 of these. I don't have thousands. But if you want to go do some digging and look in that chat, you can also get your hands on one of these stickers. Yeah. Okay. I think that's everything I have to share with you guys today. Yeah, I am going to start doing some sewing. That's what I'm going to do. So I hope everybody has a great rest of their day, has a great week, is getting all the stitching and crafting in that they want to be doing. That's what I'm trying to do. and, you know, not let myself get stressed out by how much work I have to do to support this hobby that I also want to be doing. Anyways, such is life. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.